Here there YouTube. In our last video we talked about Wolfguard in Terminator armor, and in this video I would like to talk about Wolfguard in power armor. So when I started Space Wars I was told that Wolfguard are basically sergeants for Grey Hunters. And that's, yeah, I will accept that in some extent. For you can take them as pack leaders. You take 3 models and you can attach them to any infantry unit that you like. So let's attach them like this at the moment. So if you decide to attach them to a squad of Grey Hunters, you will get for 3 points more. I mean, the Wolfguard costs 3 points more than a regular Grey Hunter, and for that 3 points that you pay, you get a higher leadership Marine, and you basically get a sergeant that can accept challenges and challenge other HQ choices in combat. That's very useful. And for example, if you get charged or you charge a unit that has a very powerful HQ, but the unit itself is very weak, and your Grey Hunters can kill the unit off, you can sacrifice your Wolfguard to challenge the HQ. He will die, but the squad itself will annihilate the opposing unit. So Wolfguard, in this way, Wolfguard acts as a sacrificial unit by himself. In his stats he is a normal Space Marine, but his war gear option is very big. I will now get through it, but I wouldn't recommend adding anything to him except a combi weapon. Combi weapon only costs 5 points, which is very cheap considering other Space Marine army that have combis in them. And here you can see I have added some power access to my guys and a power sword, but that's because I just like the look of it and I wanted them. But I wouldn't recommend adding any power weapon, close combat weapons, because he will just die anyways. But if you really want to make him close combat, I would recommend adding a Wolf Claw instead of anything else. And there's another option. If you're taking a 10-man squad, if you're getting a special weapon inside there, and the other weapon will be free, and it only works if you have 10 Grey Hunters. So if you want to put them in transport and you're adding the Wolfguard, you lose one Wolfguard guy, which will not allow you to take the second power special weapon. So that's up to you if you want to sacrifice the free weapon or not. In the current meta where you're only shooting and you don't get in close combat as much, especially with Space Wolves, I wouldn't recommend taking Wolfguards. If you're taking less than 10 guys, then I would seriously recommend putting this guy in with his combi weapon. Then you can put them in chess squads as long fangs. Don't upgrade him with anything, even with combi. You just put him in front and he will act as an extra wound for your long fangs. He will absorb the first shots of shooting and he will die, allowing your Wolfguard to live an extra turn if there's not that many shooting going on. But that's also not the very best option, but it's an option. And the last option for Wolfguard is actually a suicidal squad, as I call it. You're taking a squad of 5 or more, if you want, of Wolfguard, and give them combi flamers and put them in the drop pod. So I like the combi flamers because flamers are awesome with their ignore cover save, and in drop pod it's very deadly, and if you get the first turn you potentially have the chance to get the first blood. I run a squad of 5 guys. I think that more than 5 is a waste of points, because 5 flamers usually do their job. You can take meltas if your local gaming community run too many transports. As I said, prefer flamers more to get rid of those lutas, elder jet bikes, or even troop choices that at the beginning of the game sit down on my opponent's side objective. But the most ideal thing to do is run actually 2 drop pods, one of which will be a 5-man combi flamer guys and a 5-man combi melta guys. In this situation you will actually have more options. You have more chances to neutralize the threat that's coming to you, and it will give you just more versatility. The downside with the Space Force drop pod, and any drop pod in general, is that they will command your first turn, so your opponent can actually play with that and hide his guys in transports, or I don't know, somewhere where you will not reach them. And sometimes you wish that your drop pod would actually come in on turn 2 or on the last turn, and these guys will just die, so there's no reason to give them close combat weapons. They will not survive until close combat or get in the close combat. After they come in with the drop pod, they will burn or melt a shot anything that they need to, and afterwards they will get just shot at. That's actually also a very good point and strategic move, because your opponent will waste his shots on the guys that will not do anything to him after they use their combi weapons. So that's why I call them the suicidal squad, because they just die. Yes, you're paying points for a unit that will die, but if you're lucky, those points will actually pay off, because you will get the first blood, as I said, if you're lucky, and you actually will destroy a little bit of your opponent's army, which is very good. So that's my thoughts on the Wolf Guards in Power Armor. I hope you liked it, and see you next time.